Gonna check YouTube just to make sure, because I never trust it. Like I see comments coming in, but that's because obviously this was scheduled. So we are live on YouTube. So good morning, everyone on screen and in the chat. I see some people who were on Nia's stream last night, some people who always come to mine, and some people who I haven't seen on here in like a little bit. So thank you for coming. I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves. One person has some news. It may not feel like isn't used to bringing it up themselves. So this is me bringing it up opaquely so you can then bring it up during your introduction. So Holly, why don't you go first?
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here again on Zara's channel. It's always so much fun. I am Holly Davis. Sorry if there are cats playing in the background.
Never apologize for your kids. Also, don't apologize for your kids if you're a parent of human people.
You may see some furry critters running around. I'm a fur mom, also a writer aspiring to be published. I am an author tuber and the host of the Diversity is Lit book club. And today I'm going to be working on edits for my YA fantasy, which was also my nano novel. So it's been a long year, but I'm happy to be here.
All right, I will go next. I am Laura, author name LP Savage, aka also Newbie to Novelist. That's my site if you want to check it out. I post weekly writerly content as well as a monthly guest article from guest authors. I'm always looking for new guest authors, so if anyone has anything writerly to say, hit me up. I was that very vaguely mentioned person with news. So last week, ring and all, I got engaged while I was in Paris. So there are pictures on my Instagram that I'm very excited for. Oh, here, I'm big, so I'll show off the ring.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is my birthstone. Super excited about it. He did a really great job picking it out, and I was completely surprised. Not to go too far into the story, but he told me that we were going to this like fancy Parisian breakfast, and there was no breakfast. There was a photographer and his "Will you marry me" sign on the bridge that Inception was on. So yeah, I was very surprised, very excited, and now on top of writing a novel, editing a whole bunch of things, I get to add wedding planning to my to-do list. So,
and marketing's your day job.
Oh, yes. And marketing is my day job, which I market for an engineering firm. So at least it's very different brain side some days.
I am Natalie Locke. I have a full-time job. I also am a mom. If you hear any crying in the background, it's because my husband took his cell phone from our child because he's about to leave. So he kind of needs it. Priorities. But yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Otherwise, in between that, I write. I've finished a manuscript, fully edited, beta read and everything. I am working on trying to get a literary agent because I don't want to quit my day job. But this is kind of a cool retirement idea if I can get enough readership by the time I retire. If I'm allowed to. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I mean, you're kind of getting the full taste right now, like dunked in the deep end. Good job, everybody.
I remember those days. Hi, I'm Nia, Vixen of Fiction here on YouTube and on Twitch. And you can find me at The Vixen of Fiction on Instagram. I am the mom of 4 and a puppy mom and a new puppy mom to the fabulous Loki. I write sci-fi, fantasy, historical fiction. I'm working on a comic, working on a novella, and having a good time with it. And I just want to say Loki thinks that all of you guys as pets are his best friends.
You also have a job. I want to say that.
I do. I'm a fitness instructor. Yeah.
And Holly has a job. I don't know. I don't think you mentioned that in your intro. Basically everyone has something going on in addition to their writing side. So, Nina, if you don't say what yours is, I can say it for you.
My name is Nina. I hope you hear me because microphone issues. Okay, great. My intro is very short. I'm a writer from Austria. I am also kind of a cat mom and dog mom, but I'm moving out from my parents, so then I will only be a dog mom. I am going to be working on my like enemies to lovers dark YA fantasy. I'm outlining that right now. It's a lot of fun. And I started writing I'm basically in school still.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say if you didn't say it. Everyone in the comments, based on what I see, knows who I am. But my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm obviously a YouTuber, and you're on my YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. I'm trying to get to 1K so I can get monetized. But I am the author of 6 books, a young adult paranormal romance trilogy, which came out first, and a new adult sci-fi romance trilogy. If you live in the US or Canada, you can get signed paperbacks of these from my Ko-fi page, which is linked down below, along with everyone else's links. I added the Diversity is Lit link because I don't know why I forgot that when I was setting this whole thing up, so that should be there now. My stuff is all the way at the bottom of the description because I always put my guests first. So yeah, you should follow them around Instagram, Twitter, their websites, their YouTube channels if they have them. Not everyone has all the platforms, but all their platforms are linked down below, so you will find
Coming soon.
Yes. I mean, at some level, it is nice to just direct everyone to one location. Like it works. Yes, Barrett said like button is a great way to show me and everyone here their support. Yes. But even if you didn't like the video, they'd all be invited back another time. So I don't need, you're not voting for them to come back or not. It's their schedules. Alexandra is here. Happy belated birthday. I wished you happy birthday yesterday, so I'm a good friend. But everyone else in the chat and on screen, if you want to wish her happy birthday. She also came out with her poetry book, which I formatted and helped edit. That is on her Instagram. So I'll probably drop that as a link into the chat during the first sprint. I will put up the Forest Room code momentarily. I just want to pop people's comments up on screen because I don't feel like I've done that in a while where the code wasn't a distraction. So Regina is here. Hello. I gave you a shout out last night on Nia's stream because there was an unpopular opinion about ageism. And I was like, well, I'm not ageist because I know Regina Duke is awesome. And I want her to be ageist toward herself. So, and then everyone agreed that you're the best. So thank you for being here, Regina. Regina is also a supporter of my Ko-fi page at the VIP club level for $8 a month, and you get a lot of perks for that. So if you're interested, there are other tiers, so that's the highest one. So support me for less, and I'll still love you, and I'll love you even if you don't support me monetarily. It's not bought, but if you do buy me stuff, I will love you too. Miguel is here. Hello. Going to start catching up with AuthorTube content after quite some time. Yeah, I feel like I'm flying behind already. Brianna is here. Regina, that was my computer timing. I spent more time on my computer last week than normal, and that's because of work. Regina is saying, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because it costs money, which, yes, we'll always take that. Crow is here. Hello. Erica is here. People are saying hi to each other. Elizabeth is here. Petra, hello. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, so hello. Celine is here. Barrett is giving Regina some love in the comments. Everyone's saying the ring is lovely and congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Sage came in and is lurking. Thank you. I have a modified version of your banner. I might turn it back to what you actually say before it goes up because you're here and I can then just quote you. Maya is here. Miguel's not writing tonight, going to finish homework. Ko-fi motivated me to spend 3 days updating my websites. I learned so much. Now I need a staging platform. Yes. Yeah, you do, but it's great. And For people who are thinking of starting a Ko-fi page, or have one and don't know how to like maximize it, I now have a Ko-fi coaching commission on my Ko-fi page. So 2-hour Zoom call, and I'll just, go over everything that you want to do, whatever, and just help you out. Also want to check the replays of those unpopular opinion lives. They kind of go for a while. So I don't know if you want to do that and like keep pausing after a sprint ends. You might get a little frustrated with where that falls.
It's like it was just getting good. I gotta pause.
Yeah. Here, I'll say it so you don't have to. Yes, everyone, remember to stretch, hydrate, back up your work, and Hulk smash the like button, please. Please. And now I'm going to share a Forest Room code up on screen. So I deleted the banner. Great. Okay.
Oh, my cat was trying to.
Not this code, but the one from like last stream where I normally just leave the banner and then edit it, but didn't do that this time. So I'm checking that I typed it correctly before I put it up on screen. 6, Alpha, Sierra, Uniform, Bravo, Mike, Victor.
My cat Oliver was trying to get into the light box, so he like almost like knocked it over. I'm like, dude. Or the soft box. I'm just like, what? He's like trying to get into it where the bulb is. I'm like, what are you doing? So, oh my God. Crisis averted.
I feel like a quiet dog is suspicious because you don't know what they're doing. Like a cat is always quiet and therefore always suspicious.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah, and a cat's favorite place is the one you don't want them to be in.
I mean, if Riley wasn't scared of heights, her breed can kind of jump. So I'd be more worried. But as long as we put things high up enough, it's generally like the only thing we have to worry about is, did you do something in the house? Like she's trained, but there are times where like, especially with all the change that's been happening, where she'll act out. And we're like, we know that you know how to behave better.
Oh, yes. Oh.
I'm just checking to see who's in the Forest Room and make sure that there's no one who normally likes to enter who isn't. I'm going to give it like another minute and we'll start at the 15-minute mark for our 10-minute warm-up, which means I should get the timer set up. Because I now do it through YouTube as a tab versus what I did for a very long time where I could just play the video from my computer, but then StreamYard stopped liking that. And it gave Nia trouble last night.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks, it's not just you. The last 2 weeks, I'm like, my timers were playing perfectly as a video, and so you don't have to worry about hurry up and stopping it for the commercials and whatnot. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. The last couple of weeks, so the timer goes 2 seconds and then just stops. Then after like another minute, it goes, and it's just like, never mind.
That's happened to me all year though, since 2021 started. So I was like, am I just cursed? Because it's the same time that Instagram started hating me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And like now it seems to be mostly okay. But because I was sending out the October sign up link and the September one, they kept like locking me out and they're like, prove you're a human. And I'm like, I just did this 2 minutes ago, but like, sure.
Yeah, mine started as soon as I started using Streamlabs OBS, and I'm like, does StreamYard, do they hear me? Are they like listening and just like messing with me for saying I'm going to switch over? Because it's a coincidence that it started at the same time.
I had some overlap where they both worked for me, so I don't think that's necessarily it. But at the same time, like, I'm sure they are. Like, I don't think that's proof that they're not.
Yeah.
They're selective with who they're sassy with.
Yeah. Like, how dare you? I'll show you.
They just know that you stream so much. They're like, no. Okay, 15-minute mark, which means we're going to share. No, we're not going to play it yet. sound on, share. There's always going to be a little gap between the Forest app and the screen, just because when it's a group, it takes a bit longer. But we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. So if things don't match, just the 25-minute mark in your time zone is when the sprint is ending. Sorry, everyone. I was filling out the stencil in my bullet journal, and if I took my finger off, I'd have to realign, and then it gets all sloppy. So just took a few more seconds.
Yeah.
There should have been typing with the timer. I don't know why that didn't share this time around, so I will try and fix that before.
I heard it.
I heard it.
Well, that was
Okay.
what I heard. Okay.
You're like, Holly's like, who's typing?
Yeah. I didn't hear it. Normally I hear. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Because I told Chrome to mute YouTube. That's what it was. So I couldn't hear it, but I'm glad everyone else could hear it because I thought I had done something wrong. How did everyone do? Holly, you're first.
I did good. I had to announce our book club pick for October, which is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. So super excited for that spooky read for October. So I made that post on the Goodreads forum and prepped the picture for Instagram. So
I was doing some editing. Like Holly, I'm also editing my Nano project from last year, and I'm also going to be submitting for Pitch Wars. So I am getting everything ready because that submission window opens next week. Curious if anyone else is considering Pitch Wars. I always like to talk to people and what their process is looking like. So if you are, let me know.
I was working on I call it Project Parallel, but it's a sci-fi parallel universe book. I think it was my Nano project last year. Did I do Nano? Yes, I did. Okay, that was before I left. I had to travel for work for like 7 months, and so everything's kind of blurred on what I've done. And
everyone's life is blurred for the last 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Being away from home definitely blurred it for me. But that project, I'm editing. I wrote it differently, where I just threw everything down, and now I'm going back and actually adding detail and making it logical. Whereas my other books were like more first draft than zero draft when I finished. But since you mentioned Pitch Wars, my days and times are all screwed up, and I'm going to do that for my first one, the one that's actually ready, and we're going to see if that works, because so far the just one literary agent that I sent it to, she actually read it, but she did do the thanks, not my cup of tea. You show promise, better luck with the next one. I was like, okay, she at least took the time to respond. I give her that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all for me.
I started planning out my October schedule to make sure that I keep everything straight. And I'm excited about the new book. I just joined the book club a couple of weeks ago. So Yay. I'm excited to have a full month to try and get the reading in and chat and see what everybody thinks of the book. So I'm excited. So
yay, thanks for joining.
I opened my documents because I hadn't done it yet. And I lit a candle, which I never do, even though I have like 50 candles.
I just lit my candle for the first time yesterday in a long time, and because I bought a candle, and I'm like, okay, Holly, you need to use the candles. So
I love the smell of candles, but I hate the smoke detector even more. So I'm like too paranoid to like ever light a candle, even if it probably wouldn't. Like, I'm not one of the stupid people who would actually let it become a problem. Right. Who like leaves the room when there's a candle burning and be like, oh, like I'm not like that. So there's no reasonable reason that like I can't light a candle and expect the smoke detector to go off instantly, but I still live as if it will.
I lit a candle this morning, and about two minutes after I lit it, it just extinguished. I'm like, oh, there goes the end of that one.
Oh no!
It was the saddest moment because it was this like fun pumpkin. It's literally a pumpkin shaped candle, and then it smells delicious, and now it's dead.
Yeah, I'm excited to light my fall candles and not feel silly because they're my favorite candles. So I'm like, yeah,
Now I need to light mine.
And Sarah, invest in the little tea lights. Get yourself a really pretty, like tea light holder. That way the tea lights are going to go out in 2 to 4 hours no matter what.
But here's the thing. I light Hanukkah
Oh,
candles
smart.
every single year without any worry.
If you can light Hanukkah candles, your alarm is not going to go off. That's a lot of candles. Fine.
I told you it's an irrational fear.
I thought maybe a big candle might actually make your thing go off, but no.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put my friend's
you need those fall
website.
candles.
I put my friend's website down there. Sarah Sutton's last vlog or the one before her. She hasn't given us her rating for fall vlog yet, but I think the one that she just released, she was lighting a candle. And she's like, oh, this is like the last one of my giant candle haul from like last year or something, where she had 40 candles or something. So yeah, I like hear people talk about candles and I'm like, oh my God. But
I just finished a poetry collection by Miranda Kulig, Breaking into Butterflies, and then the second one, I actually read that one first, so I'm blanking on what that one was called, but they were really good. So I'm like, oh, I just finished a poetry collection. Now I can check out this one. It was a nice change of pace, and it was just like, it's like all of like the like heart, like wrenching, like heartbreaking lines and like prose in like books that you like, but it's like all in one. So you just like get hit after hit after hit. It's just like, oh, so I was like, I'm like, I need to read more of these because it's like the best part of a book, like all compact. So
what is that? I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, so this one, the one that I read was Breaking into Butterflies. Let me see what
all I can think of is the snake tattoo that like Taylor Swift had, and like you need to calm down where it like turns into the
Paper Planes was the other one. Yeah, it's beautiful. So
I'm setting up the forest room, everyone. I didn't forget, I promise. But
and she's indie as well.
I always like tell myself to add like more poetry and like and honestly like more classics to my my reading list. But then I look at the rest of the length of my TBR and I'm like, oh, right. I don't even have time to read all of the books that I want to.
I just finished the first in the series of the Bridgerton series, The Duke and I, yesterday. And what's funny is because I got about 20 books that were ahead of that in my TBR, and then I finished that one. I'm like, you know what? Don't be too hard on yourself. You finished one. It's okay. But now I'm finishing another one that got added to the list after the Bridgerton series. So
are you just going through the Bridgerton series first and then you're going to touch the rest of your list, or are you like actually going to go back to your list?
Actually, I'm reading another book by E.L. James, the author of 50 Shades of Grey. I'm reading another one because I'm a sucker. I know. Okay, don't judge me.
I'm not. No, I judge myself. I don't judge other people for reading them.
I'm not reading 50 Shades of Grey. What I'm reading is called The Mister.
Okay, I have seen that cover.
Yeah, and it's what you think it is. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, it's funny because I was reading it and I kept it on my bedside table and I never took it out. But now it's starting to get good, so I'm bringing it out and I'm like, kids don't, because I have a 10-year-old too. So I'm just thinking like, please don't grab this and start reading. Please don't.
What's this, Mom?
What's this?
Oh yeah.
My mom has some friends in theater who, God bless them, don't know what's not appropriate for kids because they don't have kids themselves. So we went to a play about Sigmund Freud and we're like, a lot of bad judgment was made. You know, my mom is a psychologist who studied Freud. That was one where she fell down on. Wasn't just the other person. But then there was one where it was a musical about Mary Magdalene. And it wasn't in English, but there were super titles. So I asked my mom at the end, Mommy, what's a WHORE? And I said it out loud. And my mom was like, you cannot say this out loud to anyone aside from me.
Oh no.
And I will tell you later. Do you know what she never did? Told me later. Like, I eventually found out, obviously. But she did not tell me later that day.
It's great.
Sarah's here. Hello. I hope you got sleep after leaving the stream. Own way too many candles, but do you use them? Or are they all decorative like Nina's?
But, yeah, I have way too many candles, but I do actually use them. Even though I save my favorite ones because I'm always afraid I'm not going to be able to get it again because that has happened before.
Maybe you should just bulk buy. That's what my mom does with like shoes of mine. Like, because I'm currently wearing, so these are Geox and they're no longer made. And I loved them so much when they came out that we got them in 2 different colors. And then they came out with like a different style and we got that. And then we found similar ones on Amazon for a lot cheaper. But we're like, just because this style is so like disappearing, like where it's a sneaker and it hides the heel and it's not, oh, it's a sneaker and then you can like see the heel really obviously.
Oh, yeah.
My mom was like, let's just buy like 2 sets for you. That's the only thing I buy multiples in.
I stock up on the marshmallow fireside candle from Bath and Body Works. It's my favorite scent, so I usually have at least like 5 on hand. Even though I know that scent's not going anywhere, I'm ready for the day if it ever does.
That's me. With,
if
the
I
waffles.
loved a scent, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I have like the pumpkin pecan waffles. I used to have a whole bunch of them, but it's also my daughter's favorite. So she's been, I'm like, I only have 5. What happened? I had 7. My daughter's like, I don't know. She takes them to college with her.
I was going to say, I bet she takes them to school with her.
Yeah.
So that's so weird. Are you sure you didn't miscount them?
It's like, I'm sure you've got the right number. You're fine, Mom. I'm like, I don't know. I know I had more.
Yesterday before your stream, Nia, I went to lunch with a family friend and her friend who's, I want to say older than me. I don't know everyone's ages on screen, and Nia's always like, I'm way older than you think, which is true, but like at the same time, like you're still not old, so stop saying that, Nia. And he actually is like older than all of us, and we were talking about publishing and stuff because he wants to self-publish, and my family friend is like very sarcastic, so she said something and I like hit right back, and I think he was like kind of surprised, and I was like, oh no, I learned my sarcasm from her. So I'm fluent.
It's good to be fluent in sarcasm.
Sometimes I'll miss it in a text because I'm like, if this is sarcastic, I have the response, but like I don't want to assume it is and then like get it wrong.
So many times I just have a dry sense of humor and people just go, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not serious. I'm sorry. Like, cause I'll just look at it and be like, well, that's dumb. And then go about my business and then go, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like,
it's like I didn't actually mean to hurt your feelings, and it wasn't like I said something that I knew would hurt your feelings and would think you'd take it that way.
Like if I make fun of you, it's because I like you and I care about you. Like that I make fun of the stuff that's like I know not a sensitive topic for you. And everything. Usually.
Got it. Okay. I think everyone's in the room. So share, and I'm going to be able to hear the typing this time because I unmuted the timer for myself. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. The sprint will end at the top of the hour wherever you are in the world in your time zone. that was the end of our second sprint. You all can tell that I'm obsessed with certain topics on YouTube. I have nothing to hide, so basically Jolly, Try Guys, Kate, duh, reaction videos, and Lucifer. If anyone's curious as to why I haven't published 2 more books this year yet. These are the rabbit holes I fall down.
Sometimes I worry about that when I'm pulling up YouTube, like at work, to someone's like, oh yeah, there's this, America's Got Talent, like, or, something like that. So I'll just look up some random thing. And then I'm like, oh, I hope the suggestion is like, okay, like it'll just be a ton of random things. So
mine's like a lot of ambient background noise.
I'm more worried about like, sometimes I have to like look up a company that I want nothing to do with for class. And then I'm just like, and half the time I forget to do an incognito window, which I'm not even sure if that really works or not, but it's just, I'm like, I am totally prepared for my Instagram. I don't check Facebook anymore, but I'm sure that too. And like Amazon and YouTube to like bombard me with ads. But luckily, I squeezed in a master class into like thing for an assignment. So I actually haven't gotten more ads for that. And I think it's because they're like, you're already logged into master class. We're not going to advertise to you anymore.
That's how you get rid of those ads. Good to
That
know.
makes sense. Yeah, good to learn something new every day.
You just buy their product. They'll stop trying to sell it to you.
I think it's the IP. I don't think they're like, oh, you're actually logged in, but I've had it open. I'm making a video about Dan Brown's masterclass, which should have been up yesterday and is now going to be up today. I had the idea like weeks ago, and had I actually acted on it at the time, I would have had my video up before Shay's, but whatever. It's not like AuthorTube is a competition. So I was like, great, but I'm not watching hers until I put mine out because I don't want to be unduly influenced.
Right.
And actually a lot of the comp titles for my books, unless it's a book I'd already read before I started writing my story, I'm like, I know you're similar, so I can use you as a comp title from what I know, but I'm not actually going to read you until I'm done, including revision.
That's smart.
I don't want to act like, because we're all already a product of what we've taken in, but I don't want to take in more stuff and then accidentally, move from imitation into what could legally be considered plagiarism or anything, just because Family of Lawyers has made me like, don't do the thing if you think it could be bad. How did everyone do?
I did good. I technically need to start working but I was waiting for my sister to upload her videos from our trip to Texas last weekend, because we went to a friend's wedding and then a safari park. And I've been wanting to post these safari pictures because I fed a zebra, like these oryxes and like crazy antelopes and stuff like that. It was so much fun. So she finally posted them. So I'm like, oh, I want to pick which ones and upload them. So I finally picked out which ones I was going to upload. So now I need to upload them so I could get to working but this was like productive still.
Yeah, that's still productivity. And that's why I say, actually, I think I haven't said it for these sprints, but because I've forgotten, but generally I don't say happy writing.
Yeah.
I say happy productivity at the start of my sprints. I'm pretty sure I nicked that from Keelan Rivers. But I heard it and I was like, I like that.
I like that too.
And Holly, that's the fun productivity too, especially because like looking at photos, you just get to relive those memories. Which
it was
like looking at my Paris photos way too frequently.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure you have some gorgeous ones. So,
but yes, I was pretty productive. I started the sprint by lighting a new candle, and I wanted to show off one of my favorite things, which is this electronic candle lighter. You just like turn it on, and then it does this really cool like. Of course, it's not going to do anything. It's like.
Ooh.
A little laser. And
cool.
I get like it gives me sci-fi vibes all the time whenever I light a candle with it, but it's just like
oh yeah,
super fun. So
Cool.
I got it as a gift, so I don't know exactly where to buy them, but they're really fun.
That's
And
fun.
I mentioned I was did more editing work. Didn't mention what my project is, so I thought I'd share a little bit. And it's funny that Sarah mentioned unintentionally being inspired by things that you read. So I started writing this book as my nano project after reading Casey McKinston's Red, White, and Royal Blue, like right afterwards. And I was basically, I copied a lot of her voice was very inspired. I can't say copied because I copied nothing, or hopefully copied nothing intentionally. But like her voice was very much influential in this. But then I took her new adult, contemporary, like very political, and I turned it into a YA book about vampires and a murder mystery romance type of situation.
You're not going to get in trouble if
That's
your
awesome.
tone is similar to another writer. That's why people have a type of book, even if it's across genres. If you give me witty banter, I'm like in.
Yes,
that was
same.
it. Like I fell in love with that banter, and I'm like, I can do that. I want to do that. And so like I like took off and I wrote that. Like I wrote 60,000 words, give or take, in the month of November, and I'm like, this is the most I've written in like a straight shot. And after like going through these edits, I'm like, wow, this is probably the cleanest first draft I've ever written too. So it's been a fun time going back in.
Good.
Nice. I revised the chapter that I was working on, and I keep a spreadsheet of like, here's where my word count was on my zero draft, and here's where it's going to be. And so for that chapter, I was able to add like 281 words. So now I'm only at like 2,043. But then I still had some time left over, and so I guess at the next sprint, I'm going to start researching pitch wars. Thanks, LP. I'm either blaming you or thanking you, to be determined.
It's a rabbit hole, so you might be doing a little bit of both. Last weekend, I went through all of, like,
But
the
other
blog
writers will find you on Twitter, and you might get more followers, but also just more friends. So, like, even if an agent doesn't do anything for you, I still.
Oh no, I wasn't. At this point, getting an agent is not. It's like the dream goal, but it's not the real goal. The real goal is for me to be better, and I kind of look at just seeing, one, if there's a market for the book, but two, trying to determine if my skills to summarize without giving away is good or not.
You can guys get by me if you want. I'm really good at that. Also, comp titles should be within 3 years.
Yeah, and that's where, so I did get comp titles. I found one when I was traveling for work, and it was within 3 years. But the other one that I have is from 1995.
Not all your comp titles have to be recent, but you need to show that you know that, like, it wasn't just a relic of history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, unfortunately, history in publishing can, like, be 5 years in some cases, and other times it's like.
Well, then I'll put the newer one first, and then be like, and kind of like this dark one from 1995, because I
you don't need to hide the other one, but definitely lead with the more recent one.
Yeah.
And
this is why I talk to y'all.
This is also
I would just throw it out there, and you'd be like, "Oh, honey, no, oh, honey, you should have talked to me first."
So this is why I also am taking my publishing masters, just so I can learn more of the details of stuff that, like, I didn't learn as all the research that I did when I thought I was going to go traditional, and before I decided to do indie, and just more of the details of, like, what goes on behind the curtain and how indie is the same or different than traditional publishing. Because I don't bring up the fact that I'm an indie author all the time, because I, like, don't want to, and this is stupid, but, like, I don't want to offend my professors in any way. But, like, a lot of the marketing, like, SEO and blah blah blah, and, like, some of my classmates who don't already have blogs are like, I don't know what that is, and I'm like, I do. Am I good at it? If I put the effort in, but, like, normally I'm like, school, write the book. I'll market when I'm not in school all the time.
Yeah. Or just get your friends to market for you, because we beta read and then we fall in love with it, and we're a little bit of attached.
I love all of you. But for people who've read obscure origin, the reason it's like as good as it is, granted, like Regina and Crow, who are also in the comments, like you really helped the story, but the reason the world is so good is because of Natalie.
Oh, whoa. I didn't think I had that much influence.
Yeah, I ran a lot of things by her. So.
Yeah, it was funny though, because you're like, can I ruin this for you? And I'm like, go ahead, I'll still read it. And you would tell me, I'm like, oh, that is great.
Because there were certain things I was planning and I was like, I want this, but if the world doesn't allow for it, then I can't do it. Whereas there are other things with like Regina and Crow, especially for my current story, I'm like, this or this, but I don't really like give them the details aside from the chapters where it's like, you get it when you get it, but I'm not going to tell you super in advance unless I think it was on Friday where I was like, oh, my person needs to break out of a super secure place, but then she needs to break back in. And in the gap that she's not there, they're obviously going to shore up the way she got out. So like, how's that? And then one gave me an idea. So that was.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Oh,
hi, child. I know they can't hear me.
Aww.
Yeah, I got my headphones on. So normally, I will play it for y'all because it's adorable and I can't get him to do it on point, but I did record it. Hold on. And it's him saying thank you. Hold on.
Here you go, Spencer.
Thank you.
Aww.
It's adorable. He's speech delayed, and so I actually sign with him more than anything. But I'm saying thank you, and Mia will understand it. I was like, because he wasn't doing that before I left for work.
Oh.
And it was just really nice. So either way, sorry, I had to share that. That was like my mommy moment. And plus, the last chapter I was in, a character died, so I still am a little emotional.
Okay, Mia, Nina, let's hear your update.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No. I have multiple guests, and I like haven't seen most of you in a while. And I'm like, this is gonna probably go 3 hours, which means we might lose people along the way, and that's totally okay.
Oh yeah, I did some more updating on my schedule, and then I had to go back because I need to submit some things for Jess for the Worldwide Write-a-thon. So I was like, oh, she did ask for these things. Let me hurry up and get these things done. And then I have to do thumbnails and that kind of thing.
I changed candles.
Oh,
Yeah. I forgot that I had it with me, so but it has a wood wick, which is a little bit scary because it makes a burning sound, and I'm always paranoid that something.
you're like, oh, it is burning.
Yeah.
Aww.
But and then I also added some stuff into my character outlines, but that's going very slow.
That's okay. I'm gonna read out the code because I didn't read out the last one. My bad for people who need that. 67 Papa Romeo Tango Tango Zulu. Papa always sounds like funny to say to me. It just sounds like so. Like
I always think of
like,
Stranger Things because 11 called the doctor Papa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's in America we don't usually say Papa for father, or we say dad, daddy, or any of those, and yeah. So it's just different.
Yeah.
Think of the song "Papa, Can You Hear Me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa, don't preach.
Yeah.
We could have a total karaoke of like just song lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Word association
Riff off.
version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's actually a good technique for writing. I actually think having a toddler, like my new favorite game is when my toddler asks why or what. He usually asks what actually instead of why. But when he's asked what, I'll take the phrase that I just said and reword it completely. So I'm empty the dishwasher becomes I'm putting the clean dishes away, which then becomes I am oh God, what did I say? I said restructuring the layout of the dishes. Like, and I just kept on going with it every time he asked what. And so it was kind of a cool
And
exercise.
that's really smart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a happy accident. Don't give me credit of being smart.
The question,
There's gonna
are
be
you
a whole
all doing the
curriculum
Worldwide
on that in a year from
Write-a-thon?
now.
I know Nia and Natalie are because they've asked me to be their co-host, which thank you. And then I stopped paying attention because I'm not a host. So I don't know if other people on the screen are. So yes, no, co-host.
No,
host.
I've been a co-host and a host, and this year I was like, oh, I'll like, because last time I was a host, so I'm like, okay, this year I'll be a co-host, but then I forgot to like look into when the like co-host opened up.
You want to join in on mine?
Oh, when's yours?
The 24th at 2:30, I believe. I can Instagram you info
yes.
on it.
Yeah,
and then you can decide. You don't have to give me an answer now.
Okay, sounds awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, I put in to be a host, but I think because I was a host last time, I didn't get it. And I was like, okay, I'm sitting it out. And then these two lovely ladies were like, you want to be a co-host? And I was like, yes.
Aw.
Yeah, I think Jess said that they were doing it totally by drawing, that because she had so many that that it'd be just no way. So she's like, if you get picked or don't get picked, it's not because I didn't like you or something like that. It's because I just picked them out and let the chips fall where they may. So I was like, that sounds fair. I didn't think I was going to get picked for that reason. I was like, there's just too many.
It definitely was luck of the draw because let's face it, I haven't been a part of the writing community in 8 months or so. And the fact that I got picked is, I think, hilarious. So, but it's okay. I'll carry the torch.
Milk it for all it's worth. It's
I'm going to look at it as like my reemergence party or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done anything with my channel since I got back. I've been meaning to do a post of like, hey, what am I doing? What have I been doing? Because y'all haven't seen me. But if I don't post that video before 24 October, then that live stream will become my new like, hi, I'm back. I promise.
My goal was to do like a video every Saturday of this month, and clearly yesterday that didn't happen because I was doing homework all morning and then I had the meeting and then I was on your stream. So my goal is to get it up today. So I am doing one a week, but it's been months since I've actually uploaded videos before this month. So, I mean, I know YouTube is always like, you have to upload consistently. And I'm like, that's true, but I'm also not going to break myself to satisfy any algorithm.
That's what I learned. I was like, I'm stressing myself out with these numbers and SEO and all this stuff. And I'm like, I should just do what I want to do and have fun. And because that's the whole point of it. And like, if it happens, it happens.
We're going to start the next sprint in 2 minutes at the 20-minute mark, which means we'll end at the 40-minute mark. And Nia needs to leave at the top of the hour. So do you want to do your outro now or at the end of the next sprint?
Probably at the end of the next sprint because I'll be able to stay. Yeah.
I just wanted to give you the choice, and because we actually had a breaking conversation just there, because like normally we don't. And I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to like let the person give their outro.
Yeah,
I always do it for them if they're gone, but I like to let people speak for themselves.
And I was looking at the comments, Laura and Adele, I'll be there with you and Barrett, so you're gonna be great. They've never done co-hosting.
Oh.
Nia was the first time Nia was on my channel is what I'm trying to say, was her first co-hosting experience. And you were like so nervous. I was like,
oh my gosh,
yeah. And you talk.
Yeah. She's like, you're going to be fine. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I didn't mean that in a rude way, but it was like, please don't overthink this. Like, this is my channel, I will carry you if I need to, but I don't think I'm going to need to.
Yeah, and you were right. Everything was fine.
And now you stream more than I do, so.
Well, I prefer streaming to making videos. I hate making videos because I'll edit it to pieces. I'm never happy with it. When it's a live stream, there it is. It's done. It's out there. Everybody saw it.
In a weird way, I think editing the podcast has made me like editing videos more because I worry less about the breaths in my videos because it's like you're seeing me, so it sounds like obviously it's natural. Whereas when that's all you're hearing, I'm like, I know it's natural, but it's breaking up the flow too much. So that's basically the only thing I'm doing when I'm editing the podcast, which is coming out soon, and I want to drop a link to it at the start of the sprint because we are about to start. So share. Almost clicked on the poetry collection recommended by Holly, which, is great, but not what I wanted to do. And we're going to start, if my mouse will cooperate, in 3, 2, no, want the sound on in case that affects it. In 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, ending at the 40-minute mark wherever you are in the world. Holly's doesn't seem. Oh, Holly's here. Okay, I was going to say, like, if Holly's not here, we can do her intro when she, not intro, status update when she comes back, but now we don't have to.
I'm here. Yeah, that was good. I actually got to start working on Project Diamond. I was annoyed with the chapter I was working on going through those edits, so I skipped to another part that had some more easier beta feedback for me to implement. So that was good.
Oh my gosh, is that Loki? Oh, I'm melting. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot. Okay, he's precious.
Oh.
Also, I absolutely adore the name Loki for a little pet, so he needs little ears.
The best.
And then Nia will be like, "Oh, he's so mischievous." So I'm like, "What did you think was going to happen with that name?"
Loki's missing Riley today.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I was at my mom's place last night and I was like, should I just stay and have her on? But because I had so many of you on, I knew that I'd want to be able to see you guys while doing my work on my dual monitor, and I'm never going to schlep that back and forth between my mom's place and mine. So I was like, I really want to go back to my own place, but I'm sorry that deprived you all of Riley. I said at some point that I'll probably make a timer, whatever we want to call it, with like Riley in the background, and that would be instead of the one that we're using now with my book. So I'll do that at some point. It might have to be a photo though, because every time I try to film her, she like just knows and then leaves. And it's not that she's like scared of the camera like Sarah Sutton's dogs are, because I film on my phone, so it doesn't make noise. But she's like the most photogenic, loves attention, and then when it comes to digital, she's like, nah. And I'm like,
yeah, I get that. Loki will be doing the cutest thing, and I want to record it, but he stops and like he's posing for a picture. I'm like, no, keep doing the thing. Do the thing. Like he jumps like a goat. Have you seen like How to Train Your Dragon? How it goes, do. Loki does that, but every time I try to catch it on camera, as soon as I pull out my phone, he stops and poses. I'm like, no, do the thing.
You should just have it like running one day, like have it going.
Have like a nanny cam and just record everything and then filter through. Perfect.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, she's being adorable now, so we're good.
Okay. Nia, do you want to do your outro now, just so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it now. Hi, I'm Nia, the Vixen of Fiction, here on YouTube, Twitch, and on Instagram. And you can catch me live streaming most Wednesdays and Saturday nights. I sometimes stream with my friends, and I sometimes have a Loki cam where you can see what Loki's doing. Hi, Loki. And I write historical fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy with a little romance and paranormal mixed in there. And I have a good time, and I enjoy being on live streams with Sarah. That's why you see me streaming with her so much, and I always like to have her come on my channel too, because she's a lot of fun.
Nia's great. All of her links are down below, as are everyone else's. I will remind everyone of that at the end of the stream too. But yes, let's resume updates. Holly, did you finish yours? I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I was like, we went on a dog tangent. I was like, I don't know if that meant to cut you off or not.
It's done.
I'm responsible for dog tangents, and I will never apologize.
I mean, mentally, I'm always on a dog tangent, but I sometimes am able to keep my mouth shut on the topic until it's appropriate. So, Laura, why don't you do your updates?
I at least waited until I was like, I think Holly's done. I see a dog. But yeah, what did I do? Okay, dog. Okay, I actually switched gears a little bit, and I worked on editing a blog post that I'm going to be doing a guest post for the writer community on Instagram, writer community. So next week, I think Thursday, that will be going live. So if you want to check it out, it's all about knowing writing rules so you can break them and when to break writing rules. So super fun, and it's honestly like inspiring myself to be a little bit more daring and less rigid with my writing. So it's been a whirlwind of an opportunity.
Cool.
I've been in a pitch wars rabbit hole, And I finally went through and picked out, because I never really know what genre I write in. Because like my story is kind of dark, the one that I plan to pitch, and and I'm sitting here and going through, and there's a dark element to it because I'll just say there's a pedophile court case in the story. Everything happens off the page though, like nothing is mentioned. It's just the fear. But everyone says, no, I don't want anything like violent or anything to do with kids. And I'm like, well, I'm out. And then finally I got to a group of people that said they actually like the author Gillian Flynn, which having that strong female that's flawed. That's when I saw that, I'm like, okay, maybe I might actually be able to do pitch wars. So hopefully they're not my only one.
With the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, that one too. Okay. But I'm going through their wish list right now. And I'm glad I found someone.
Yay.
We'll see if I find more, because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I think I would say contemporary, and then you can say like with some elements of whatever.
Right now I'm going women's fiction, because it's kind of a
you could say dark women's fiction.
Yes. Ooh. Okay, I'm adding that one.
It's also I recently learned. Can I say it's recent if it was in the last year and it feels like forever?
Yeah, I'll count it. Let's go.
Program. I learned that it's also called a dark domestic.
Oh.
So like,
it's
like when family drama or like home life is like becomes a thriller kind of thing.
It kind of is. I mean, she deals with a lot, and it's kind of a personal growth story of the MC. And
so you could say dark women's fiction or dark domestic.
Yeah.
And if you say both or one of those, the agents will be like, okay, like they'll know enough to be able to say if they're into it or not.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Yay.
Gillian Flynn has been like pushing the dark domestic. She's been carrying that genre, but my classmate did a whole presentation on it. And I was like, oh, a bunch of reading that I'm going to get to when?
I feel like that sums up the author B.A. Paris very well, too. She does a lot of dark domestic type of stuff.
B.A.
B.A. Paris.
B.A. Paris, all right. Sweet. Okay, cool. Yay. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
It's also called, last thing, domestic thriller and domestic noir.
Oh, there we go.
There are like 3 different ways to say the domestic thing, and then dark women's fiction, I think, would also be.
I also love adding noir to something. It feels like it adds a little.
It's fancy. Well, it's like saying fiance.
Yeah.
Call back to a conversation we had backstage. Nia, do you want to give your update, unless you need a bounce like now?
I'm going to bounce in a minute. He's ready to play. I thought he was going to take a nap because he kept climbing in my lap. But no, he wants to play. So I'm like, okay, we'll do that. Let's see.
I'm making you big again for Loki. It's not that I'm prioritizing Nia over my other guests. I promise
it's not about me. I know.
Prioritize away when there's animals involved. It's fine.
And yeah, he is teething. But I got my email sent out, and then, not gonna lie, I spent most of that sprint playing with Loki. But I did get my emails sent out, so
that's important.
Good. Productive.
Yeah, very productive.
You're on mute. Just a reminder before you start speaking.
Yeah, no, I was talking to myself. And I didn't light another candle.
Can you repeat the first thing you said? Because it was a little broken up, but now you're okay.
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi is not the best. No, I finished a character profile and did not light another candle. I stuck with this one this time.
Imagine if you just switched one for every sprint.
Ooh, you're giving me some ideas there.
Oh, that's fun.
I sent out some emails to, how do I say this? Like professionals who I want to have on the podcast who I'm connected to one way or another. Because Kelly's like, if you're the one who knows them, you should send out the email. And I was like, well, yeah. So I did that because I finally got one person's email yesterday who I like hadn't really gotten for months, even though it's been on my mind. And then I got, I had told my marketing professor this semester about it on Friday night, and I asked her, and she's like, yeah, absolutely. So then I was like, I should email her while it's still fresh in her mind, even though I can remind her every week without being annoying if I wanted to. But yeah, so I sent out those emails, and that took more of my time than I thought it would. So it basically took the whole sprint, but that's fine. Because I'm writing about my character dyeing her hair, and that flows really quickly. So I don't mind taking the breaks I need to do the podcast stuff.
Did you share the podcast link?
I forgot to, because I was actually doing work for the podcast. Thank you. I have a command, and I forgot that I could use it while I'm on YouTube too, because I have whatever. Yeah, it's going to be on other. If you go to that link, it shows the other platforms it's going to be on. But
yes,
yeah.
Oh, good. I just downloaded iHeartRadio. Oh, and Spotify. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're not on Pandora yet because we have to like provide 30 days of numbers, and we've been promoting the trailer, but I think because Kelly also posted the trailer on Instagram as like a video, I feel like most people probably heard it from there, so they're not downloading it through the app. So I'm just hoping that once we get like a few episodes out, we'll have numbers good enough that I can then go to Pandora, almost said Spotify, Pandora, and be like, please add us to your catalog.
I use the app, the podcast player on my Android. I don't know if it'll be on there, but I have the other things too. That's just the one that
I've never heard of that because I don't have. I can see if there's a way I can. Oh, it's Castbox. You don't distribute through them, so I'm gonna look into that and see if I can get it on there. But I know I can't do it directly through Podbean like I could for some of the others. But I will look into that. Thank you.
Okay. Cool.
If anyone has any other podcast platforms that
sweet
that they listen to, and it's not any of the ones listed on this link, then please drop a comment, or you can DM the Rightish podcast on Instagram or tweet us. But I mean, if you do it on Instagram, Kelly will also see. But I'm the one who does the text, so it doesn't really matter where you reach us. Sorry, that was rambling. Forest room for our fourth sprint. Just give a moment. Oop, there's an echo all of a sudden. Don't know where that came from. I think we're okay now. I'm just trying to find it amongst all the species that I've unlocked. My bad, everyone. There we go.
I just unlocked the ghost because I was like, I need to for Halloween.
Yeah. I was happy to unlock that one. I mean, I'm happy to unlock all of them, but there are some that I get more excited about than others.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this out as I type it so I don't make a mistake with typing. Sierra, Tango, Golf, Juliet 4. Give me 2 seconds to save the banner. There we go.
You ended that almost like, I am Ron Burgundy.
I'm good at transcription if I hear it, but if I like have to read it and type it, there's sometimes like a delay in my brain, and I'm like, this is something that does not lend itself to a delay or a mistake because I'm doing it publicly in real time. Okay. everyone hopped right in on that. So we're going to start our next sprint. Once I get the timer, so it's not.
And I'm going to dip out, guys.
Yes. Thank you for
Enjoy the
being
rest of
here.
your sprints. Have a great time. Say hi to Riley for Loki when you see Riley.
I will.
And have a great time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, Nia.
Bye. Her links and everyone else's are in the description down below. And let me share the timer. Chrome tab, 20 minutes. And we are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. How did everyone do?
I'll go if we're waiting for Holly. Just about to hit send on an email to send off this blog post, and then it'll all be done. And then I can start to think what I actually want to post on my website this week, because being in France threw off my calendar a little bit, but no complaints here.
Oh, just had a super romantic proposal.
I guess I could write about that, but I feel like I already beat that horse.
Hi, sorry, bathroom break.
Not allowed. Must sit the entire 3 hours.
I mean, just hold it like the rest of us. Gosh.
I know. Gosh, I need to learn from the master.
Are you even a writer? I mean, come on. You got those skills of like when you're in a scene and you just write the whole time and you're like, yeah, I'll go to the bathroom when I'm done. And you just might as well get, at that point, just invest in some Depends and swallow.
Right. I know. I should have learned, it's part
There's
of
a famous author who would chain himself to his chair and not let himself get up until his writing.
Oh my goodness. I was just joking. Don't go that far.
No. I know you were joking. I could tell your sarcasm very easily, but there is a writer who did, I don't remember who it was. I think he also sat naked at his desk. So he was a weird one.
That's interesting. I want to know who that is.
No judgment.
We're never going to get a video like that from Kate because not able to be public.
I want to see. I want to see what this is all about.
I'm Googling it right now.
I really don't remember which author it is, but it was one where I was like, yeah, I guess that tracks. Still bizarre, but
There's a book called Chained to the Desk, a guidebook for workaholics.
Okay.
I feel personally attacked.
Is that a metaphorical chain or an actual chain?
He was an actual chain. I think the book is metaphorical.
Got it.
What I'm getting so far is 5 famous authors who would stand up to write. I'm like, okay, that's not helping.
Oh, I know Brandon
This
Sanderson.
is the exact opposite.
Author Brandon Sanderson instead of buying a tread desk, he made his own, right? Finding a listed treadmill and building a desk over top of it. So he writes.
Wait, who did that?
Brandon Sanderson.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
John Green got a treadmill desk, and I got a fit desk after Kate and Keelan both got ones.
Oh, wow.
I got fit desk like Keelan because the Flexi spot, even with Kate's coupon, was too expensive for me.
I feel like I feel like I could bike, but I couldn't walk because I'd be afraid that I would trip and fall. So I feel like the bike would be better. I could still move, but focus on riding, right? I feel like with the treadmill, I would just be trying not to fall the whole time.
I understand that.
I go outside and walk with my phone, and it's definitely a hazard, especially when crossing the street, because I get very zeroed in and taking in my notes to get things down as I'm brainstorming. But yeah, it's hazardous.
I don't do it when I'm crossing the street, but I can on a crowded sidewalk because I see the feet, so I move. And then I have done physical therapy so many times that I used to have to walk backwards on a treadmill and do spins and stuff. So I'm not personally worried about being on a treadmill while focusing on something else, but the average person, yeah, that could be.
I can't. Yeah.
That makes me think of the OK Go video where they're on treadmills.
Oh my God. Is that the one where they did the dance routine?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if that
Oh, I forgot about that. That was fun. I gotta watch that again.
Flash from 2005.
I'm not that good. But
Actually, now I gotta look up and see when that was.
Ooh, you're gonna make us feel old.
I'm looking it up now. If people want to continue doing it, 2009 and 2007. Okay, the first one was in 2007, and then they did OK Go, Here It Goes Again in 2008.
Yes, that was it.
I think that's
Okay,
the
so
one.
not that bad. Just when I graduated high school.
Yeah, just I was like, I went back to the chapter that I was struggling with a little bit, because I'm like, if I get this harder one out of the way, then like, just do it now, because I don't want to leave it for future. Holly's problem, I always regret that. So I went back to it and figured out some parts, so that was good. And then I did my nails.
So productive.
I like that. I need to do my
Self-care is important.
It is. I'm a multitasker, so it's good and bad.
If I know I'm going to spend hours at my computer, I'll be like, I'm going to paint my nails, and then because typing can't nick them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then also it gives you time. Like, it's kind of a monotonous activity to do, and it makes it sound negative, but your mind can wander as you do it. You're not, and so therefore, just consider it brainstorm time. You're fine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like mine. The one that I use is Color Street, so they're like nail strips, so I don't have to wait for it to
Even
dry.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up finding 2 maybes and then 3 question marks, which sounds like the same thing, but in my organizational mind, not. Mentors for Pitch Wars. And now I just got to research on how I'm supposed to do this. So LP, I might be shooting you an IG message or something and be like, please blonde this up for me, because I am not understanding the instructions. I don't want to be DQ'd.
I've burned into that rabbit hole so much, so let me know. We can go through this together, because it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yes, that does go in the trash. Thank you. I'm just surprised that I was able to get this far into it, of finding people that maybe might be okay, and at this point, if they're not, it's okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, with that, Zara, if you want me to go ahead, I'll do my outro. I got to go pick up my daughter from her friend's house because she had a slumber party last night, and apparently that means I got to go pick her up. So with that, I will post videos at some point. The question is when. But I am doing live streams, and of course, Worldwide Write-a-thon will be on the 22nd.
October 24th. Well, yours is October 24th
Yes.
at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, but it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on the 22nd. Well, the first sprint is Nia's Vixen of Fiction, but there's and
there's like 18 sprints, 5 chats, so plenty of time, and there's usually 30 minutes or a little bit less between the sprints, so there's your bathroom breaks and such if you need it, or grabbing water. But yeah, stay tuned, and you can either watch this ship sail or sink. We're gonna find out. What are you doing?
Links for Natalie and everyone else on screen and who has already left, which is just Nia at this point, but soon to be Natalie too, in the description down below. I tried adding my podcast to the description, and let me add your book club to the description while we were live. It's like, you're live, you can't edit it. And I'm like, oh, good. I'll do it after, but yeah.
It'll be okay.
It's fine.
All right. Well, thanks.
Appreciate
it.
Natalie.
I'm going to go ahead and go because I got to put shoes on that guy that's running around. Okay, now he's over there. And put shoes on him and grab snacks because he has still not had breakfast, and it's 11:20.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Thank you for being my co-host.
Not a problem.
Feeding your little boy. Go be a mom.
Yeah, I didn't stop. He just ran away and hopefully didn't make a mess. All right, bye guys. Thanks.
Bye. Yes. So, did you finish your update, Laura?
I think so. We're gonna go
Okay.
yes.
Here's the thing: is that when I have multiple guests, I know what the updates are, but like Holly has been here where sometimes I've completely forgotten that she's given one. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then they're like now today, it's like, I know you gave your update, but did you finish or did you go on a tangent before
The
you?
fact that you can like remember even what our updates are is probably better off than I could do, because I'm like, I updated. I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know what I did exactly.
Did you light a new candle? Did you work on a character profile, or were you drafting or outlining?
I did
think
work
those are your
on a
most
character.
recent options that you've been giving on my streams.
I did work on a character profile. I did not light it on a candle. But I did something else after that, and I don't know what it was. But it
Homework?
wasn't writing related, so whatever.
Yes. So I did a little bit more writing, but one of the people who I emailed about the podcast, is in a different time zone. So we were kind of going back and forth on when they could do it. And then me messaging Kelly being like, are you going to have to mom at that time? And if so, like, that's fine. But, just trying to figure out Yes, I think I posted that earlier this week. I had a really long talk with Laura like a few months ago, and I was like, maybe I could like monetize this. You're not going to get a retroactive bill, Laura. I promise.
I was like, wait, what did this just show up in my Venmo?
Wait a minute.
You'd be like, what?
I'll just shower you with love and affection instead.
Aww.
I'll take it. Yeah, so that's what I did. Oh, I meant to check if people were in the room. I'm assuming yes, but I got distracted by seeing that there's an unlistened to message from Kelly that I'm going to handle during this final sprint. People are in the room. So we'll start in 1 minute and then we'll end at the 40-minute mark, which is less than the 3 hours I anticipated with 5 guests. So we're doing better on time than I expected. LP was the test run. LP was mostly the test run of, am I confident enough to give advice? Because one of the unpopular opinions on Nia's stream last night, although it might have also been covered in her first episode of author tubers react to unpopular opinions. I knew I'd get there in the end. Was like, authors who give advice don't take it, and like they're not giving good advice, or they're like high and mighty about it and like everyone has to take it. And people were talking about like how some author tubers like are not really giving advice, but they'll be like, oh, you can pay me this amount for a course. And I'm like, I'm never going to do that. So I'm going to like charge very little for my Scrivener and Ko-fi guide for writers, but the Ko-fi commission where it's like a one-on-one chat, I'm like, okay, I feel confident enough in this as an ambassador. And I've already done it with Laura, and it's a 2-hour Zoom chat. So I felt like, and the thing is that they'd get a lot of money from it because I've raised $2,000 on mine in 6 months. So, please refrain from posting. You're a mod, though. You should be allowed to. I just checked my roles and stuff yesterday. Are you not a mod on my YouTube channel? I'm going to check that during the sprint, too. My Ko-fi link is in the description if people want to see it. And Nia's is in the description. And Holly's is in the description. And I will always post people's Ko-fi page if they're a guest on my channel because I'm trying to get everyone on that platform instead of the giant P one.
Don't say its name.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone knows what it is anyway. I meant to hit start a minute ago, so we're going to end at the 41-minute mark instead of the 40-minute mark, but share. Oh, I don't have the timer open anymore because I closed the 10-minute one. Sorry. Oh, I just scrolled past it. Nope, that's my 15-minute one. Have to go back to my own channel. Give me a moment, everyone. I just closed the 10-minute one while we were only using the 20 so that I didn't crash my computer just in case. Okay. Share screen. Tab. Proper timer. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Finishing at the 42-minute mark now. I don't know what I did during. I know what I did during the sprint, but I don't know if it was anything that I said I was going to do, or if my ADHD kicked in and I wound up not doing any of it.
Oh.
Holly, how'd you do?
I did good. I have an arc that I started beta reading, and then tried to get Zuko out of the way. He's laying down right now on the front here, but he wanted to make his cat meow. He's always super chatty, so
I love it. I don't hear it.
I don't hear reverb either.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Sorry.
For me, I took a bathroom break because apparently I couldn't make it till noon. So
yay! I'm not the only one who's not a writer.
about it. So
I took one during like the second sprint.
I was so close. I was so close to just making it through, but I'm lighting candles aside. Then I updated my planner, which I thought was a good next step because after this, I'm kind of shutting down all technology. I'm going to put my phone in a separate room and just try and like knock out as much like actual editing that I can, and we'll see. But this was a fantastic way to start my morning.
I didn't do any writing. I actually washed dishes because after this stream, I'm going back to my parents' place, and I had to clean up a little bit before I leave.
Nice.
People are just chatting about stuff in the comments. I think we can just start doing outros.
Cool. Awesome. Hi, I'm Holly, also known as Right Holly Davis, fur mom, and I'm also an author tuber and a YA and middle grade fantasy writer, hoping to be traditionally published. And I am the host of the Diversity is Lit book club. We're going to be talking about Firekeeper's Daughter in a week or so. And then next month, we're going to be reading White Smoke. So please check us out on Goodreads if you like reading books.
All right, I will go next. I am author LP Savage, also newbie to novelist. Website is newbietonovelist.com, where I release weekly writerly content as well as monthly guest articles by fellow writers within the writer community. Last month I had the lovely Sarah Hoffman, so definitely check out that article. I primarily write YA, fantasy, speculative, and also all of my works have heavy romance in, so have a lot of inspiration currently for some of my romance that I'll be writing. So stay tuned. I pop up on this channel at least once a month, and I'm in the works of creating a author tube channel. But because of my day job, things are going slower than I figured. So hopefully with the goal of having something by Nano to do live streams for, but we'll see how things go. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Nina. I'm a writer from Austria and also a dog mom. And I am primarily writing fantasy for middle grade and YA. And I will hopefully one day be traditionally published if I don't change my mind.
My name is Sarah Hoffman. I'm the self-published author of 6 books, 2 trilogies, young adult paranormal romance, and new adult sci-fi romance. You can cut it a lot of different ways. And I have a Ko-fi page, which is linked down below, where you can buy signed paperbacks of it and support me in other ways. So please check that out. Everyone else's links are down below as well, including Mia and Natalie, who had to leave a bit earlier because of other life commitments. And before we go, well, thank you to everyone who is here. If you came early, if you came late, if you stayed for the whole time, kudos to you. If you didn't stay for the whole time, you're not seeing this, but thank you for being here if you watch the replay. And there were people who came in the middle of the stream, and I totally meant to say hi to you on screen, and I am sorry I didn't. So please know that I knew you were here, and I appreciated you being here. And if you come back another time, Friday on Twitch or Sunday here on YouTube, I will try to remember to say hi. I'm still struggling with having ADHD. So just recently got diagnosed and figuring things out. So great stream. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And I will, okay, so next week is weird-ish. The streams on Friday and Sunday are the same as what I just said, but I am also streaming on Saturday morning for my VIP club tier members of my Ko-fi page, which is $8 a month. And if you join like as late as Friday night, you'll still see the post that's locked that tells you the StreamYard link. It won't be live, so it'll just be us like in this type of screen, but no one else will see it. And that night, I will be joined by Nia and other people to talk about musical theater, because there are some author tubers who like musical theater, and we're just gonna geek out. Holly, you're also
Yes,
part of it.
I'll be there.
Laura, I know that we've talked about musical theater sometimes, but are you in the chat? If not, I will add you, and I will.
No, but add me. That sounds amazing.
Okay, it's from 8 to whenever. We're probably going to be drinking on screen, or at least I will be. But I will add you. Sorry about that. Nina, do you want to join too?
I don't think I will have time
Okay.
at that time. It's quite late where I am.
Yeah.
And on the next day, I have a lot to do.
Okay. Yeah. Totally understand. But Laura, I will add you. And yeah, so that'll be musical theater. It will probably be very long, but it will have no writing sprints whatsoever. So it's like a whole stream dedicated to a tangent. So if you enjoy that type of thing, and if you enjoy musical theater, come on by. We're probably going to have some spicy opinions about certain things. I know I do. So yes, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos or live streams from me. And my Twitch is my Twitch link down below. If it's not, it's twitch.tv/Zara Hoffman. You can find me. Zara Hoffman's also my Instagram. But really, you should follow my Ko-fi, because that's where all my social media is. Sorry for this rambling outro. I thought I would be better, but then I remembered Saturday had unique stuff. So hope everyone had a good time, and I will hopefully see you all at the next writing sprint. Bye.